Because the two men's faces are obscured by the grainy quality of the image.
Nah, we got him, bro. Don't worry, we got that. That's clear evidence, dude. Come on. What do you mean you couldn't get him? I can clearly see his face right there. Welcome, everybody. I'm with my boy Chris right here.
Yo, what's up, my niggas?
Today we're gonna be reacting to 6 most disturbing mysteries solved with Google Maps.
If they're solved by Google Maps, bro, I don't think there were really mysteries in the first place, bro.
Oh god, actually, yeah. If you can solve it by Google Maps, wait, maybe because it does have photos like from back then.
Well, low key, where you have to go on an old browser and you gotta go on the old maps.
The 2008.
You gotta do that cheap ass shit. Alright, let's get into it. Let's stop yapping.
Yeah, let's stop yapping. Let's do this. Most
At around
disturbing.
1 p.m. on November 2nd, 2020, an 83-year-old mother of 4 named Paulette Landrieux mysteriously disappeared from her home in Anden, Belgium. At the time, her husband was hanging the laundry up to dry in the garden and didn't notice she was gone until later.
Dude, if somebody took her, what sort of sick person would take a 83-year-old, you know?
Why do you think that 83-year-old could do it?
What is so valuable about this human? What has she done that you have to kill her or take her? Like,
I want to make a joke, but I can't. I really can't make a joke.
I'm not making no jokes.
Because this is real life.
Realized she was missing. They reported the disappearance to the police, triggering a pretty big search for the missing woman. Though this wasn't the first time Paulette disappeared, as she reportedly suffered from Alzheimer's disease and would frequently leave the house at random times of the day and night without telling her husband where she was going. She was known to randomly knock on the neighbors' doors for no apparent reason, and in the years leading up to her disappearance, she no longer recognized her children.
Before you go into the comments and start yapping about how I'm pausing so much, dude, that Alzheimer's and dementia specifically is what I'm scared of getting. All cancer, all that, of course, right? But slowly losing your head like that is what I'm scared of, dude.
Imagine, bro, you're just like with your family, bro. Next thing you know, you wake up in the middle of the street.
No, like, that's the thing, because they really wouldn't remember. They don't know that. Like, they don't know. Like, that's the scary part about it.
That's fucking
Her
crazy,
husband.
bro.
Every other time she had disappeared, her husband would find her a few feet away from the house and bring her back inside. But this time, she was nowhere to be found. During the search, 50 police officers and several search and rescue dogs were deployed to the area, along with multiple thermal vision helicopters and an entire fleet of drones.
Them boys
But
did
even with
everything.
all these resources at
Thermal
their disposal,
helicopters?
The local police department failed to find any relevant clues leading to Paulette. After several weeks, the search was called off, and the family assumed that she had fallen into the Meuse River, which ran near her home. In October of 2022, just as the police department was about to close the file, one investigator was searching for Paulette's house on Google Street View and found something shocking. There, as luck would have it, he found a Street View image of Paulette leaving her home and crossing the street to her neighbor's house.
I don't know why, but this shit just gives me the chills, bro. Those are her moments before her death, bro.
Brother, what are the chances of the Google Maps truck to be passing by at that exact time, bro?
And the fact that you know that this woman is either missing or no longer alive is actually very creepy and scary.
Immediately reopened, and police were once again deployed to the area.
Yeah.
They found the body of Paulette lying at the bottom of a hill directly below the neighbor's garden. After the autopsy was performed, it was determined that the woman had fallen from an unenclosed section of the garden and died shortly after. Her final moments eerily being caught by the passing Google Street View car as she walks to her death, likely in another wave of confused state caused by her Alzheimer's disease. One thing that's hard to understand is how the police failed to see her with their drones and helicopters the first time.
Right?
But at least
Bro,
now the
that
family
shit
can find
fool.
closure.
Right, that's just ass. There's no way they had
Bro,
thermal.
that shit ass.
They
They
had
had
no-
the thermal shit. Maybe her body went cold.
Yeah, obviously you're not really alive, so I mean, I'm no doctor, right? I wouldn't
Yeah,
know,
me
but
neither. See, we gotta call the guy in the red that's apparently a doctor to tell us all the information we're needing, right?
yeah, dude.
To Paulette, even if it comes with this eerie last image of her ever being seen alive. If you visit the location on Google Maps today, you'll find the image has been overwritten by a more up-to-date view of the town. In July 2011, 2 armed individuals broke into an empty house in an otherwise peaceful suburb of Oklahoma City. With a house full of valuables for them to steal and nobody there to stop them, the 2 got to work.
Okay.
But unfortunately for them, the looting spree was much more short-lived than they had hoped. A few minutes later, the homeowner returned and walked in on the 2 of them looting her house.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
But instead of fleeing with the valuables they had already stolen, they held her at gunpoint as they continued to ransack her home.
What?
This went on for over an hour, and during the traumatizing incident, the woman recalled thinking they were going to shoot her before leaving. Fortunately, the robbers eventually left the house without physically harming the woman. After the armed robbery, she refused to reveal her identity to the press out of fear that the thieves would retaliate. The woman later reported the incident to the cops, but with no witnesses and an absence of solid leads, the case eventually went cold, and the woman lost hope that the two criminals would ever be found. However,
Yeah, of course you're not gonna really have too much witnesses. It's a freaking armed robbery.
Home invasion.
Yeah, like what, the middle of the night probably?
What the fuck?
3 years later, the case took an unexpected turn. On a day in July 2014, the woman's neighbor was looking at her street using Google Maps Street View when she noticed an image of two men casually strolling down the street who perfectly matched the description the victim had given her of the criminals.
Coincidentally?
Immediately, she texted the woman, who confirmed that the two men captured by the Street View van that happened to be mapping out the neighborhood on the day of the robbery were indeed the same two men who had robbed her. Based on the direction they were walking, it seems that the image was captured in the minutes leading up to the crime. Unfortunately, because the two men's faces are obscured by the grainy quality of the image,
Nah, we got it, bro. Don't worry, we got that. That's clear evidence, dude. Come on. What do you mean you couldn't get him? I can clearly see his face right there.
the cops haven't been able to track the men down. But with a string of clues and a picture to add to their search, police now have a much better chance of catching the two thanks to Google Maps.
Them boys ain't finding
One
nothing.
night in October 2006, a 72-year-old man named David Lee Niles met up with a friend at Jake's Bar in Byrontown, Michigan. This was a place that David visited frequently and usually stayed there for at least a couple of hours, but on that particular evening, the story was very different. Earlier that year, David had been diagnosed with cancer, and after a brief conversation with his friend, he left abruptly, claiming that he was in a lot of physical pain due to the cancer. That was the last time anyone ever saw him. When his family failed to get in touch with him, they reported him missing to the police, leading to a statewide search that ultimately led nowhere, as the cops couldn't find any clues as to where David could have gone. In 2011, 5 years after his disappearance, his family lost hope and accepted the idea that David was gone.
Bro, but that's... I can't accept that. I'm sorry, I can't accept that. I don't... He says that they accepted that, but I think he's just saying that because he's narrating the video, but I don't think the family truly accepted that. Like, maybe they said that, but obviously there's no acceptance. Like, you're not... Like, what do you mean he just disappeared in the middle of the night?
Maybe there was no hope, but they weren't accepting the fact that he was gone.
I'm not accepting that. I'm sorry.
Maybe they lost the hope that they were going to be able to find him, but they could accept that he's gone. Yeah, nah, I don't think so, bro.
The obituary they published online read, David Lee Niles, age 72 of Wyoming, passed away and only God knows the time and place. The case went completely cold until almost a decade later when a new twist shed light on David's disappearance.
Oh, yeah,
One
a
morning in
decade.
November 2015.
Only about a decade later, you know? Not like a year
Yeah,
later. not
just a
5 years.
decade, bro.
It's like
It's,
10 years
it's nothing
later.
crazy, bro. Nothing crazy. Something light.
Yeah, you know.
Brian Hausman, an employee of the Cook Funeral Home in Byron County, was decorating the company Christmas tree outside. When he got to the top of the tree on his lift to put up the star, he noticed
Oh, nah!
I just realized what the fuck the new shit was saying, bro.
Tree deck. No, hold on, wait. We gotta let it play out.
to the top of the tree on his lift to put up the star, he noticed something in the adjacent pond that looked like a submerged car. Immediately, he called the police, and using Google Maps from a bird's eye view, they were able to see the same outline that was described. A dive team was deployed to the area, who confirmed that there was in fact a car at the bottom of the pond. Later that morning, a wrecking crew pulled out the vehicle for the police to inspect. Inside the vehicle, the cops found the skeletal remains of a man, along with a wallet belonging to David Lee Niles. After it was confirmed that the skeleton
10 years later, his wallet is still
Oh.
identifiable? I mean, rest in peace to this man.
Oh, rest in peace, bro.
That is very surprising that 10 years later, his wallet is still in a condition where you could identify it. Nah, bro, I feel bad for dude.
Gang, he took his own life.
You think? You don't think he would have taken it? I mean, I don't even want to talk about that, right? That's...
Yeah, I
But-
know, bro. But, dog, if they found a car in the pond, I mean, I don't think the guy was going, like, that crazy because of cancer. There's no way.
No, because cancer can obviously drive you to that sort of point, but I'm not sure if he would prefer to go out that way, though.
He was at a bar, right? Maybe either he was drunk or he did it on purpose. Only God knows, bro.
I just, obviously, rest in peace, but I just prayed that he didn't feel anything.
remains were his,
Yeah.
David's family members finally found some closure. Still, the case remains a mystery as it's unknown what exactly happened to him. Even before his cancer diagnosis, David was known to have severe depressive episodes, and things understandably got a lot worse for him after he found out about the illness. With all this in mind, it's possible that he took his own life, but we'll likely never know for sure.
Oh, that's creepy.
rest in
The
peace,
fact he just sees that
bro.
water
1990s,
leaving.
Gioacchino Gamino was one of Italy's most wanted gangsters. He operated within a Sicilian mafia clan in Agrigento that was embroiled in a feud with Cosa Nostra, Sicily's main mafia network. He was first arrested in 1984 for murder and various other mafia-related crimes, but was later released shortly after. In 1998,
What?
he was arrested again in Barcelona, only this time he was sentenced to life in prison.
Okay.
After serving 4 years of his prison sentence at a prison in Rome, he managed to escape in 2002 during a commotion at the prison. Following
This guy
his
does not
escape,
care.
He immediately relocated to a town near Madrid, Spain, and changed his name to Manuel Bormino. Over the 20 years that he was on the run from the police, he got married, worked as a chef at a restaurant called Manu's Kitchen, and even opened up a fruit and vegetable shop called Manu's Garden. Sicilian police searched everywhere for him.
He tried to change his life around, and I'm not saying he did any good. I guess at least he tried to do that, but
At least he tried to change his life, bro.
maybe he had to pay for his sins, bro. But
years, and they eventually issued a European arrest warrant back in 2014. After carrying out several investigations, the police suspected that Gamino was hiding somewhere in Spain, but the way they pinpointed his exact location was pretty out of the ordinary. During the
damn, so this guy must have been really wanted. You know what it is for the police to get you in a whole different place and do a whole case and do that? That he must have been doing something. Yeah,
He was moving that coke.
that boy was moving that white.
investigations,
That boy was
Sicilian
moving
police
that
found
shit,
Google Maps
yeah.
had captured a street view image of two men talking outside of Manu's garden. One of the men looked extremely similar to the man they were looking for, but the cops only confirmed his identity when they came across a listing for Manu's Kitchen, the restaurant where Gamino worked. While investigating online, the police found a photo of him dressed in chef's attire on the Facebook page for Manu's Kitchen. After confirming his location, the police arrested Gioacchino Gamino on December 17, 2022, and
Okay.
extradited him to Sicily, where he is currently serving life in prison.
Oh,
According to the police, when they arrested him, Gamino was extremely confused and even had the nerve to ask how they found him when he hadn't even called his family in 10 years.
Bill was just confused. Hey, I guess he's not escaping this time, is he? Huh?
I don't think so, bro.
In 2009, police from Zurich, Switzerland were
Look, dude, I'm just happy this one didn't end in a death. I'm not sure about this next one though.
carrying out an investigation to shut down illegal marijuana growing operations all over the country. At some point in the investigation, they used Google
Them boys said, nah, we're not focusing on weapon smuggling. We're not focusing on heroin, crack. We're focusing on marijuana drug operations, guys.
No, we're not focusing on cocaine. Not human trafficking. Nah, marijuana.
Yeah.
Earth to locate the
Marijuana is the
addresses
root of
two
all evil,
farmers
bro.
who they
Yes, guys.
suspected of being part of an illegal marijuana operation. One of the detectives found something interesting. As he was scanning the area on Google Earth, he noticed an unusual change in the pattern of the fields around Rapperswil in the northeastern state of Thurgau. Zooming in, he saw what appeared to be a cannabis plantation that measured more than 2 acres and was hidden inside a
Damn.
cornfield right next to one of the farmers' houses.
That's hidden?
How would he know? How would he know though?
Because of the satellite, I guess because when you look at that, right, when you work in that department, you know how that looks. So I guess he saw that and he just investigated it. But low-key, that is very smart though. Like, that does give you an idea of how technology can be used to find this. Damn, but them boys did not use no roof, no nothing, just straight. Damn.
No tarp, no nothing, bro. Just straight.
Yo, that is a long ass farm. Look at that. I know farms in Minecraft that aren't even longer than that, dude. Holy.
In Minecraft, bro.
Yeah, dude.
The Google Earth
Holy.
discovery ultimately led to the arrest of 16 people and the seizure of 1.1 metric tons of marijuana, as well as 900,000 Swiss francs in cash, which is the equivalent of around $1.1 million. According to the police report, the drug ring allegedly sold up to 7 tons of marijuana between 2004 and 2008, bringing in from 3 to 10 million francs a year.
That's a
When
lot
asked
of.
about the
Oh my.
breakthrough, The head of Zurich Police's Special Narcotics Unit, Norbert Glossner, said it was an interesting chance discovery. Since then, the cannabis plantation has been plowed over as recreational marijuana continues to be illegal in Switzerland.
Oh, because it was in Switzerland. No wonder, bro.
That probably makes sense because I heard, again, if somebody's watching this video and you live there or you know anything, correct me, you know, but I heard that's a very safe place. So that is probably their biggest concern, you know.
Not a very safe place. Like, no place is safe. But
Of course.
it's not like America or like third world countries where like violence really happens or like drug smuggling and stuff like that really happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, yeah,
Alright.
them boys are moving bricks, dude.
Nah, yeah, they were moving hella loud.
Them boys was not smoking that quiet. Them boys was on that loud.
This incident happened at a home in Derbyshire, England, where David and Rebecca Soanes lived with their 2 children, Lauren and Ruben. In 2009, the family bought a caravan to travel across the country, but it was unfortunately destroyed shortly after when a joyrider crashed into it. A few months later, they bought a new $15,000 caravan to replace the old one, which they left in their driveway. In June of that year, Rebecca came home one day to find the caravan had disappeared, after which she immediately reported the incident to the police. However, with no solid leads, the cops couldn't really do anything about it, and the case went cold pretty quickly.
Dude, I'm so
It wasn't
sorry.
until 9 months
The guy's
later-
kind of funny. He said,
Caravan, bro?
dude said the cops can't really do anything about it, so they just left the case.
He immediately reported the incident to the police. However, with no solid leads, the cops couldn't really do anything about it, and the case went cold pretty quickly. It wasn't until 9 months later, in March of 2010, that 11-year-old Ruben Soanes found something revealing as he was looking at his house on Google Maps. Using the street view, he found an image of a male intruder on the family's driveway, standing suspiciously
Whoa!
inside his 4x4 vehicle. After a bit of investigating, the family found that the image had been captured by the Google Street View car just moments before the caravan was stolen. Around that time, a neighbor also came forward saying that he had seen the same man towing the caravan on the day of the robbery, but thought that it was a family friend and didn't think it was important to tell the family about it.
Dude, this guy hit a lick on a big ass van, bro. There's no way he got away with that. That big ass shit.
Oh,
Where do you even
no,
store
bro.
that shit? How do you even collect? Like, what?
Why would you steal that shit, bro? That's what I'm thinking, bro. Like, what?
I mean, I get it, but you're not really a family man. Like, he's trying to... dude, this guy is just an asshole, dude.
Yo, maybe he's trying to recreate Breaking Bad in that shit, bro.
Yeah, he could want to create Breaking Bad in that.
Come the new Walter White. I mean, he already got the ball look going on.
He got the
Shit.
he got the hair, he got the look, yeah, maybe a little bit of the whip, I guess, you know, but
Hey, it kind of look like he got glasses on too. Hold on.
actually, yeah,
Yeah, you might be the next Walter White.
that's probably why it was not for no family. That boy was trying to destroy a family.
With such a clear
Sure.
image of the suspect, the Soanes thought it would be easy for the cops to solve the crime, but it turned out to be much more difficult than expected.
I'm so sorry, bro. It's the
Oh,
way that they're
really, bro?
standing, like they're very concerned about this whip. Yo, they're
Nah,
just
bro.
standing. That's an old ass. This is Windows 7. Look at that. You could tell by the little thing. That's Internet Explorer.
Yeah, they're standing like that, like they're the shits, bro. Like if they like the next FBI's of the country, bro.
I mean, that is kind of hard though. This kid is aura farming. You can't lie.
Yo, they're just aura farming, bro. They're like plus 99999 aura, bro. And the kid that figured it out, bro, he's like, yeah, I did this shit myself. I built this shit brick by brick.
Hell yeah.
It would be easy for the cops to solve the crime, but it turned out to be much more difficult than expected to get an unblurred image of the 4x4's license plates from Google. Even though the police knew exactly what the thief looked like, it was never publicly confirmed if they managed to track him down or not.
Oh, that's it.
They ass, they fool.
Wait, dude. What do you mean you couldn't track him down? I mean, you had the car. You can't. I mean, look, bro. I'm no investigator. I'm no officer. Nothing like that, dude. But there's no way. And then because Google Maps had blurred this, you're telling me you can't request Google for the original image? You're telling me the police, the authority, they can't just be like, hey Google, can you just give us the unblurred image for this exact moment? Or do you think they just like filter it and automatically delete the uncensored version?
So people could tell what a weed farm looks like from meters off the ground, but they can't tell who the person that stole a big ass caravan is, bro. Really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
oh
even
my
lying.
God.
You're telling me you could identify a weed farm from a satellite, but you can't find this guy who has this big ass van, dude. This fucking meth lab, Breaking Bad, Heisenberg RV, dude.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's some bullshit, bro.
Very good video, actually. Kind of short though, but I enjoyed it. Poor Paulette.
Me too.
Alzheimer's is such a terrifying and sad disease. I know that's exactly what I said, and that has me very scared, dude. Like again, all that cancer stuff and all that does have me scared as well. But forgetting who I am, forgetting who my family is, forgetting what my purpose is just that's not my list on what I'm trying to do.
So that's what I always say, bro. Keep yourself safe. Try not to fall into any. Well, not even because drugs doesn't even affect that, bro. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just genes, family genes, bro.
I believe family genes will get to you faster than the drugs with Alzheimer's. Like,
Yeah, bro. Obviously, if you're not folks smoking that fent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you're smoking that
obviously, I
fent, you gonna forget everything in the last a wide span of like a minute. You'll forget everything, cuz.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like me, bro. Don't do like me.
thank you guys for watching this video. Do not forget that you are loved. Stay hydrated, by the way. And I very much appreciate everybody for watching the last video, by the way. It cracked 1,800 views. Yeah, I think if I had 2,000 people looking at me, I would actually straight bricks right now. If I had 2,000 people looking at me right now, I would just pass away from a cardiac arrest, dude.
Bro, I would get nervous, bro. I would low-key pee my like you know when you go up in the stage in the school and it's like all the people looking at you and shit, cuz I'll shit bricks. I'll piss my pants, bro.
Hey, guys.
Also, I just realized something. Why do the part 2s get more love than the part 1s, bro?
I don't know, dude. We did this part 1, and then it did 50 views. This part 2, 250. This part 1, 23 views.
23 views.
Part 2, almost
It's because my
2,000.
face was in the video, bro.
Oh yeah, it's because his face was in the video, bro.
It's because it was him. It's not because of the hard work and dedication Leo put in. It's because this guy in the red hoodie was in the fucking video, bro. Nah, yeah, round of fucking applause for Eddie, man.
Alright.
Round of a fucking applause.
Asshole. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you could somehow enjoy this sort of content, I don't know.
Like and fucking subscribe. If not, I'ma find you in GTA.
Alright, bye.
Huh. Yeah, whatever the fuck we're doing.